My grandfather and grandmother came over here from Canada in 1945, and they were dairy farmers themselves with a very small herd of 14 cows. My father ended up taking over the family farm, and he was very successful, produced more milk, made higher quality feeds. So I tried to make sure that I applied those to my farming style, and I'm making sure that I can pass those on to my son the same way. We are a fourth generation dairy farm. The neat thing about it is that out of all 4 generations, we all farm a little differently. I transitioned the farm to organic because I was looking for price stability and probably a little better quality of life. And once my son, Matt, decided to be on the farm full time, we transitioned the farm to 100% grass fed. We've been building the soils and building the herd health ever since, and it's been a very successful journey for us. Our farm is divided into different segments, and we have 145 acres that are designed just for intense grazing for the cows. They're grazing, they're mineralizing, and they're maintaining these acres throughout the summer as pasture acres. And then I have another segment that is used as harvested feeds, and we have a remaining like 200 acres for feed that we need to harvest to get us through the winter months when they're unable to be grazing out on pasture. We're pasturing our cows in the summer, we're harvesting all our winter feed, and we grow all our own bedding. That makes it nice because we're not relying on any outside sources. Our conservation journey started about 20 years ago. My dad and I were in the yard, and we had some USDA people stop in and said, hey, we have programs that can help you with your issues going on with the farm. And my dad and I sort of look at each other and we're saying, what issues? And through education and through a lot of meetings, they made us realize that Vermont is either a hillside or a riverbank, and we had both. It's been a journey for the past 20 years, but we are really proud of where we've brought the farm up to now. So one of our goals on the farm was to control the nutrients leaving and running off into the waterway. So we started out by controlling the nutrients in the barnyard. We put in a liquid manure pit. We put up rain gutters and catch basins to hold all the roof water, and we controlled that so it didn't mix with the dirty water coming out of the barnyards. We put up hoop barns so that the rain wouldn't mix in with the manure, and then following the nutrients out into the field was as important. So we created a nutrient management plan that is basically a recipe for us to follow, measuring the nutrients that are available and nutrients that the plants need, and creating buffers that will capture anything trying to leave the field so it doesn't reach the waterways, was really important for us to do. Because the cows created so much damage on the riverbanks, we planted 5,000 trees on the farm solely to stabilize the bank that was already loosened up by the cows. So there was a healing process with the trees initially. We've now created a nice wildlife habitat on our riverbank to support birds, small animals, and we also shade the water so that it complements the fish in the river.
I remember the days when the riverbanks were bare, because we used to go sledding there, popular sledding hills for us. But it's been cool to see it transform through my lifetime from bare eroded riverbank to a lush rainforest almost.
So since I've been rotationally grazing, we've really improved our pasture acres. And by sectioning them off, you can control what they eat, but also they do a better job in that smaller area of mineralizing behind themselves, and then they move on. And by moving on, that grass can recover.
It's all about getting the highest quality feed into the cow and getting the most production out of your land and building soil and promoting biodiversity.
The beauty of intense grazing is that our fencing is very temporary. On our farm, we can be as many as 40 different paddocks on the farm because I'm looking for 40 days of rest for the grass, because it secures that I will have enough grass to make it through the whole summer. It didn't take me long to figure out, especially after transitioning to organic, that soil health is where it all starts. Because if I can keep my soil healthy, if I can keep it aerobic, if I can keep it mineralized, If I can keep it from being overly compacted, then I'm going to get some really healthy root system, and that's what's fueling any crop that I want to grow.
We're just trying to learn ways on how to build soil faster and stronger and on a larger scale now. We've always known how important soil is for the health of society, really.
I'm really excited that Matt wants to be a farmer and he's going to continue the family farm. We've diversified the farm in enough ways that if he's not successful milking cows so much, he might be successful in other ways of farming.
My whole life, I always planned on coming home to the farm. It was always a part of my life and part of who I was, and I strongly identified with it.
I think he's going to start at a much higher level of farming than I did. So I think that's going to set him up to succeed in a lot of different ways.
My dad's been really good about allowing me to take over certain aspects of the farm, and he's always there to mentor me.
I was really excited to hear that our farm won the Leopold Conservation Award. It shows that people appreciate the work we've done here.
He started with really no financial incentive other than just knowing that you're doing the right thing for the environment.
I enjoy being an advocate to improving water quality because I saw where we started and look forward to sharing our story with other people.